Obama should have done it. Obama was worse. Obama gave them the absolute right title and interest, gave everything to Iran. You remember that? When Bibi Netanyahu came over and begged him not to do it.
Now listen up. I'm serious. Listen up. You've got an older gentleman who is supporting his candidate. He's not doing nothing. You don't have to worry about him. You should. This is what I mean about folks not being focused.
We found absolute, this isn't like evidence this is like proof, irrefutable proof that Obama was seditious, that Obama was trying to lead a coup.
Who seem to think Trump's behavior, the bullying and the putting people down, is a sign of strength. And I am here to tell you that is not what real strength is. It never has been. Real strength is about working hard and carrying a heavy load without complaining.
The worst president maybe in the history of our country. I think he's been a disaster. He's been weak. He's been ineffective. And I believe I know far more about foreign policy than he knows.
Born of this nation's true revolutionary spirit. A story that says we the people means what it says. That all of us are included. That we are not subjects, we are citizens. Defined not by race or religion or gender or sexual orientation, but by our commitment to a common creed.
You know, that's a little, and a former governor, and we're winning by a lot. But they come down to North Carolina, not thinking about North Carolina, and every single time they come back, they say, Mr. Trump, that's where I want to spend the rest of my life. True story. 5 guys.
And fourth of all, don't boo. Oh! Don't boo. Oh! Come on!
Obama should have handled it, not me. Obama made the bigger mistake. He was the one who handed Iran exactly what it wanted, giving away major concessions. Remember when Benjamin Netanyahu traveled to Washington and urged him not to move forward? That warning wasn't subtle. It was a direct appeal, and yet the decision went ahead anyway. Southwest, pay close attention because this matters. Take a moment and look around. There's an older man in the crowd simply standing by the candidate he believes in. He's not causing trouble, he's not disrupting anyone, and he's not a threat. There's no reason to focus your anger on him. The crowd reacts with loud cheers, but that's exactly the problem. Too many people are getting distracted from what actually deserves attention. What investigators uncovered wasn't just another political accusation or a collection of circumstantial evidence. It was presented as undeniable proof, evidence supporters described as impossible to dispute, claiming that Barack Obama played a central role in what they viewed as an attempt to undermine the presidency. There are people who look at Donald Trump's aggressive style, the insults, the constant attacks, and the habit of putting others down, and they mistake that behavior for strength. But that's not what genuine strength looks like, and it never has. Real strength comes from showing up every day, putting in the work, carrying difficult responsibilities, and doing it without constantly complaining or demanding praise. Trump fired back with his own harsh assessment, calling Obama one of the worst presidents the country has ever had. He argued that Obama's leadership was weak, ineffective, and a complete failure, while insisting that his own understanding of foreign policy was far greater. At the same time, another message painted a very different vision of America, one rooted in the country's revolutionary ideals. It was a reminder that the promise of "we the people" is meant to include everyone, that Americans are citizens rather than subjects, and that the nation is defined not by race, religion, gender, or sexual orientation, but by a shared commitment to common principles. Trump then shifted to the campaign trail, saying that even though his team was already leading comfortably, prominent political figures continued visiting North Carolina. According to him, every visit ended the same way, with those guests telling him they wanted to spend the rest of their lives there. He insisted it was a true story and claimed multiple people had said exactly that. As the audience responded with boos, Obama quickly stepped in to calm the crowd. Instead of encouraging the reaction, he reminded everyone to keep their composure, repeating a simple message: don't boo. Come on.